been good. Yeah, I don't have a very professional setup here, so. My cat is trying to get, but my cat is trying to get in here. So if you hear that in the background, hmm? What'd you say? Not really. I put a message in the Discord, but I don't know if anybody saw it. I woke up like an hour ago. probably made sense. He hasn't gotten back to me on that though. I don't know. Yeah, I said sure, but I mean, like, I don't know why he's asking now because I wrote that article like almost 2 years ago. Yeah.
Hello. Oh gosh. The one thing I forgot is the lights, but completely forgot to turn on my lights. Oh my gosh. Hello everyone. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am joined by the one and only Izze today. And she has been such a custodian, such an amazing person. Thank you so much for joining me, Izzy, for this final part of my Depp v. Heard Labyrinth docuseries. Thank you. Yeah, like, how have you been? How has your week been?
It's been good. I haven't
Oh,
been doing much, but
oh gosh. Let me just quickly. I think that should be enough light. I think that should be enough light.
yeah.
Oh gosh, can't believe I actually forgot that, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's been a while. I haven't streamed for like. I'm not gonna make excuses, to be honest. Like that was just that was just comical. But I am so happy to see every single one of you back again onto the stream, simply because I have done this the final part of the docu series, and I hope you guys watched it yesterday. I premiered it yesterday, and I'm so happy that Izzy had agreed to sit down with me today and and talk about this, because I tried to actually get her on to discuss the whole docu series with me, but life happens as life happens, and she couldn't do it, but finally got to catch up with her, and I am so happy to have you here. I cannot wait for this. Yeah, so let me read out the chat quickly. Let me just read out the chat. 1 second. Had you Oh gosh, I'm not gonna live this down, am I? I'm not going to lay this down, am I? Excited utterance said, dude, you had years to get the lights on. I know. I am I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. I did not expect, well, actually, I did expect this, but I just didn't think I would forget this part, because usually I do this part first, then the rest, and then the server stream. But today was the backwards, and I completely forgot that. Yeah, that lights are here. So while I'm talking and distracting everyone. Yes, I finally did get the mic working right, because I usually forget that one as well. No mic technical difficulties here, not today. No siree, no, nothing like that at all. Hello, Lynn, th Lynn. I always have pronunciation. I always have difficulty pronouncing the first part of your name, but I'll just call you Lynn for the stream, just for the benefit of the stream. I'm just gonna call you Lynn. I hope you don't mind that. Rosalind Duke, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. And yeah, I'm ready equally. There's so much I want to get through today, because I know for a fact that the PR efforts by this wannabes, I call them randos. I say randos. I call them randos now. I'm gonna call them randos for this stream. These randos just came out of nowhere and has been saying that they are basically supporters of Amber Heard, and they're like they stand with Amber now. So we're gonna go through the what they've been saying pretty much ever since they dug themselves out of their mother's basement or dad's basement. I don't know, whatever basement that they call themselves out of. Eba Ali, thank you so much for tuning in. Really excited for this. I truly appreciate everything you have done related to this case. I appreciate you too, and I'm really happy that you guys, especially you guys, have really taken in to docuseries, because I did not think I was gonna finish it, if I'm being honest. Not this early anyway. I actually thought it's gonna take me at least a year and a half. Sorry, 2 years. Sorry, not a year and a half. 2 years to actually finish it. But the fact that I got it done in like a month and a year and 5 months is quite impressive on my own. That's why I thought it was gonna take me long enough, because I didn't think I was gonna get everyone in time to actually get it to the way I was. I like in the last episode, like, if you saw, so many survivors, literally a few of them came forward, some of them pulled out last minute, and I completely understand why they would. It's not a simple topic to talk about. So the ones that did sit down with me, completely appreciate that, and I really hope that I did them justice. For those that if you have not seen it, please go watch it. It's really important, because all I wanted to do is try and bring some balance to the conversation, because I really do believe that the bias that is being shown to women is actually harming women, like them first and foremost, and it's also reducing visibility on the other issues. And I'm not just talking about male. I'm talking about issues that they could be focusing on, such as how the system mishandle cases like this. They could be focusing on that a lot more, but for some reason we spent the last 2 years hearing of nothing but Amber Heard, and that is, to me, that's just weird. That is just weird. Izzy, let's talk about this.
Yes.
The last 2 years that they have been like trying to say that the verdict was wrong, all of these things. I just seeing all of that. What do you think of the media narrative of this case post trial? Because it's been insane, at least for me. But what do you think?
I mean, it keeps getting more and more weird. Like, they just keep coming up with new things, like, every couple weeks or so. Like, recently they're saying, like, oh, the verdict wasn't even about Johnny Depp. It wasn't even valid. It wasn't even, like, nothing about it's valid.
Yeah. It wasn't even about abuse. It was about defamation. I don't understand. But yeah, I have not enjoyed for 1 minute any part of this verdict. Sorry, not verdict. Any part. They're gonna clip that now. They're gonna clip that now, because I've said verdict rather than the word I really wanted to say, which is, I've not enjoyed any part of this post trial coverage. But if you're gonna clip it, run with it. I don't really care. Take my what is it called, Freudian slip or whatever. Take it, run with it. Yeah, whatever. Okay. I'm not happy with the verdict that they rendered for her. See, are you gonna clip this part too? If you're gonna clip it, make sure you clip this part for completeness, because that's the part of the verdict I'm not happy with. Yes. But of course, when you saw that she won that part, because you were in court for the whole 26 days. Let me when you saw that her win that part, I want to know, how are you feeling?
I wasn't there for the actual verdict. I watched that at my house. And I just was like, it makes sense. The one claim she did win, I mean, she wasn't even suing Johnny, she was suing Adam Waldman. Because she couldn't really sue Johnny. There was nothing she could. And so she won that one claim, I think, because they had no evidence that she had roughed up her apartment. So they could say that he was right on that. But other than that, she lost everything.
Oh God. Yeah, and also it's while you were talking, I used my magical powers and turned on all the lights, so every light is on now. But yeah, I was gonna say, it's actually very interesting that you said that, because of all, the thing is, she could have actually sued Johnny, and I don't know why she didn't sue him. I actually don't know why, because if you remember the GQ interview, right, that he done, if she really was really interested for some reason to really sue this guy, I think this would have been the place to actually do it, considering, well, I'll just show you quickly here. 1 second. Let me just get it up for you. is the G? I'm not sure. Yeah. So okay, cool. Let me just get it up now. Is this one here? So remember, she sued the Daily Mail, right, for what they wrote, for what Wardman comments were. But they could have sued right here. He could have sued Johnny here because he was denying the claims here. Why would you go through Adam? You see what I mean? It was as if they were just like they knew they had no hope because it would have, because technically speaking, because Wardman was saying what he said, and I don't know the legal theory behind it. It's just my own theory. It's my own interpretation. But I really believe that the reason why she didn't want to go to this is because the evidence of what he said would have come into play, and not the fact, because he never claimed hoax. He just said it's not true. So if she sued them and said it's not true, they're gonna have to go into that. But because she sued for the hoax, that doesn't really require evidence. You don't need to prove that you abused him or anything like that. You just have to prove that it's not a hoax, like, that these things happen. So if you were to think about the wine spilling on all of those things, then yeah, maybe you can argue in some parallel universe that yeah, there was a wine spill, there was this, there was all those things. Then yeah, okay, fine. I guess that did happen because of the whole blah blah blah. My question is, why didn't you sue for the truth here? And that's why I say this is a farce, because they never go to this. You could have sued him right here. It's a GQ interview. But hey, I have zero idea. You could have even used the whole repeated theory that Wardman was repeating this one and repeating that. Look, I don't know. I've always thought that she was full of BS. She was BS. Let me just quickly go to the chat quickly. Oh look, God is here. Oh, MLS is here. Hey, welcome so much. I'm always everywhere. I'm everywhere always, my child. Thank you so much for joining MLS. You are in all of us. I love it when the chat goes into their private conversation. But yeah, make sure you hit that like button, guys. Thank you so much, Toxim, for reminding people for me. Yeah, make sure you hit that like button so that unless let's get this. It's been a journey to put this whole thing together, because the one thing that I have always wanted to get to is, well, we all know what the truth was. We all know what we saw during the trial, and we all know what she said during the trial. But before we go into what she was talking about, what Johnny Depp was saying on all those things, I want to know what you were seeing in the courtroom, and I want to know why exactly did you go into court, Izzy, wearing this corporate magazine?
I didn't go into court wearing that. I wasn't in the courtroom every day, so that was just outside. That shirt is something Kurt Cobain made.
Oh,
because I think when he was doing he was doing a photo shoot with Rolling Stone, and he wore that shirt to the photo shoot.
I don't know that. See, I don't listen to rock music, so maybe that's where my that's where my knowledge gap is. Okay, well, you learn something new every day. So if other people here are like me and they don't listen to rock music, well, you learn something new now. Kurt Cobain inspired this.
Yeah, but
so
that photo, I think Nick Wallace took that.
Wait, Nick Wallace took for the New like
he
you
took
said
that
here,
picture, yeah.
It was for the New York Times, but Sunday Times, but it wasn't published. I wonder why. What did you do? Did you piss him off? You didn't piss him off, did you?
No, I think it's just like his publishers didn't want to include people.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, because of the Oh, well, oh, you are. Yeah, I can see why now. But yeah, if you haven't seen this, because Izzy wrote our own article on the June 18th. Was this in? What was this? Why did you write this, by the way? Because the timing is oddly coincidental. If you know what I'm, if you know what I mean.
Well, I wrote that I think like a couple days after Amber did her NBC interview, and she was saying like the streets were lined with people with like death threats and like. So I was like, I'm just gonna say what it actually was because that's not true.
Did you see anyone holding up that death to Oh, I can't say death. Can't say death on YouTube. On a live. Let me just use the word on a live, just to be safe. They were saying on a live to Amber, and did you see any of these kind of banners? Did you? Be careful how you nod. Be careful how you nod because you know how they take things.
No.
No, you did not see. You did, on a
No.
on a live. So there was no such thing as on a live Amber, right? It has now been several weeks. I'm just gonna read a excerpt of what you said, because I say, however, a certain Amber has continued her rant a loss to the media. This is, yes, I can see what you mean by the NBC interview. Did I want to ask? She did also say in that interview that people were wearing Captain Jack Sparrow costumes, etc. We all saw what people were wearing in court, so I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she did not mean the courtroom that you guys were sitting in the lobby, in all of those. Did you see anyone in the lobby like that may have antagonized her and just jumped out and be like, "Yeah, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow"?
There was like two people who were like professional Captain Jack impersonators who were outside the gate of the actual courthouse. They didn't go in the courthouse. But they had rules of what you could wear in the courtroom. You couldn't like dress up or anything. You had to like look somewhat professional and put together.
Oh god.
And there was no way of knowing like whose side everybody was on.
Oh, there was. Well, I mean, to be quite fair,
Like not in the actual courtroom, but like.
what like you mean in the gallery? No, that is the courtroom. The gallery is the courtroom.
Yeah.
But do you mean like in the lobby and the actual queuing up for the tickets, etc.? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
And she didn't see like people lining up either, because like I know that like their legal teams didn't know people were like camping out overnight until someone like kind of whispered it, and they turned around and were like, "What do you mean you've been up since 1 a.m?"
oh, so it was actually a surprise for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not surprised that they kind of ran with it now, because in the interview, if you remember, they cut out a scene. They cut out a scene. They cut him out because I remember they panned it in the first part of the ABC interview. I do remember this, that they actually panned to when they were saying the court, holding Captain Jack Sparrow hands. They actually panned to it, but because they didn't have the footage, they just went right back to her. And I don't have the footage anymore because it's gone. It was actually on Twitter, but it's been removed. The Dateline one does not have anything like that, which is convenient for a lot of people. Let me just quickly go to a chat because they're saying Izzy is too close to YouTube. There's an echo. I hope can you guys still see the echo? Sorry, not see the echo. What am I doing? See the echo. Can you see echoes? Damn. Can you guys still hear the echo? Sorry. Can you guys still actually hear the echo, or is it gone now? Let me know, because I need to. I believe it may have been my sound system feeding back to my mic, so that may have been the source of the echo. But I've turned it down, so I would love some feedback on that. But but I'm glad that everyone is here. So I'm glad everyone is here and watching. I just wanna. You also said here on your interview. Sorry, not interview. On your the article here that you saw everything. I saw the evolution of the crowds, how it became an absolute circus. I saw everything on the first day. That's what you said. So you saw everything. I want to ask you one question, Izzy. Did you, by any chance, see? Did you, by any chance? 1 second. Let me get it up. Hold up. Oh damn! Ad time. 1 second. I'm just trying to get just trying to stop the YouTube ads. 1 second. Oh, skip that. Okay. So, did you by any chance see this guy? 1 second. Let me
Yes.
just get it up on the let me just get it up on the screen so that everyone know who I'm actually referring to. 1 second. Let me see if I can get it up on the screen. Okay. Did you by any chance see this guy? You saw this guy, right? Right. This absolute genius. This absolute apparently this is was he the only Amber Heard supporter that was there? Who else?
No.
Go on.
There was him, there was another girl, and then there was Christina Taft.
Christina Taft.
He thought Taft was crazy.
Wait, he fought this guy. Wait, Amber's
like the other two
stan.
Amber Heard supporters thought she was crazy.
No wonder why none of them mentioned her name. I have been wondering why on earth is Amber Heard's biggest supporter never mentioned by Amber Heard stands. That's always intrigued me a bit. But he made a claim that I actually I actually want to see the truth of. This was the claim that he made. Hold up, let me get it up because I don't think you can hear it. Let me get it up now.
Yeah.
All right, 1 second. I don't think you can hear it. Here it is now. All right.
The negative reaction that you get, you just saw people driving by saying "F Amber Heard," and it's that behavior is really deplorable. Just because you have a different opinion doesn't mean that you should act.
Yeah, I
that
still
way.
can't
You should
hear it.
Act civilized. In a country with the privilege and the right of freedom of speech. So that's what I believe in.
You can't hear
I
it?
believe in freedom of speech too.
No.
You can't hear it. Oh gosh. Oh, you can't hear. 1 second. Okay. Well, if you can't hear it, it's gonna ruin my questions for you. Damn.
Oh, you could just tell me what he said.
I'm surprised why you can't hear it. Wait, chat. Let me know if you can actually hear it because that's quite surprising for me. Let me know if you can hear it. So I'll continue playing.
You myself. I love that. Thank you for saying all of that. I heard that you have had
Can you hear
some disputes with some Johnny Depp fans. Can you tell me more about that experience?
It's not a big deal. I had one Johnny Depp fan scratch me on the arm.
Really?
Yeah, it's just right there.
Show the camera.
It's not a big scratch. Listen, I got thicker skin, quite literally, than Johnny Depp fans. So I already forgave that person that did it, and it's not a big deal.
Wow.
Well, I mean, did anyone see his scratch? He says that he was scratched up by Johnny Depp fans, and did you?
When would this have happened?
How reliable is that? Reliable? Did you see any scuffles in the courtroom? Sorry, not courtroom. While you were there, did you see any fights or anything like that? Because they were saying that you guys have been that you guys have been were very rowdy and all of those things. Did that happen?
I saw one thing happen, but that was an Amber Heard supporter cutting the line, and people were trying to get him to move. And
Oh, and she
then but
and
he
let me
wasn't there
guess.
for that.
Oh, and let me guess. He cried. Whoever this person is cried victim, saying, "Oh no, your supporters are bullying me," and all those things. I'm guessing that's the case, right?
Yeah. But
Forget-
I just remember one thing that I saw him doing was I was sitting outside like the gate in the back, and he came over with his sign by himself. And then people wanted to wave to Johnny as he came out for like smoke breaks. So they were coming up to him because he was standing up and I was sitting down, and they were
Right.
saying to him, where do we stand to see Johnny Depp? And he goes, go to the other side of the driveway. That's where the Johnny Depp supporters go. And so I saw him doing that, and I was like, that's a little weird. Like, why are you telling everybody to go over there? And so then I started telling people, oh no, come sit here. It's a better view. And he started getting really, really annoyed. And after about like half an hour, he just did this big and then walked away. So my theory is he was going to yell something and have everybody on the other side of the driveway so they couldn't stop him.
Do you think he's a plant?
No, I think he's just. I don't think anybody was plants. I think they were just being weird.
Okay, so not okay. All right. So oh wow. So Amber does have fans then. Amber does have genuine fans and not really. Okay. Well, that was. I didn't expect that. I actually thought that everything that she had was bought and paid for. But oh wow, she actually does have fans. Well done on her. Good on her. I mean, it's amazing that they chosen the worst person to defend. If I'm being honest with you, still weird today that she still has people defending her, even though despite we've seen everything that there is to be seen in regards to this. And this is what Amber stand number one because he hasn't for full disclosure for people that don't know, Amber stand one hasn't tweeted since the verdict, and I think last time he tweeted was New Year's Day. Did you stop? This is why I thought it was a plan, because I'm like, how do you defend this woman? He says he lives in Northern Virginia in this interview here, and basically, how do you travel all the way from to Fairfax, camp out there, do all of that for the whole duration of the trial, and then just disappear after the verdict? That doesn't
He was only there for 2 weeks.
So wait, it was a 6-week trial. So 2 weeks. When I feel lied to. Wait. Absolutely no way. No, wait. Nah, I feel lied to. So this person was there from some of the trial. This is why I believe they're planned, because out of nowhere they just disappeared. Not even trying to say, oh no, there's a travesty on this case, defend Amber Heard, like I've seen these people do. But for some reason, that's weird to me. But if that's the fan, if this is how our fans roll, this is how our fans roll. Excited Odoran said, what kind of plant? A house plant. I'll go. I don't know. If I could, I don't know. I don't know. But no, when I say plan, I mean plant. Sorry. Usually there's two terms. There's industry plan and there's a PR plan. I was referring to the PR plan one, because he can't really be an industry plan. He doesn't really do anything like music wise or anything like that. So No, but yeah, I felt like he was a PR plan. I mean, come on, like he's advertising his Twitter handle. Like, I'm sorry, who does that? Who does? I'm gonna say it. I was gonna joke about it. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, who would do that? Who would shout out their Twitter handle to, who would do that? But I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. It's taking. People know who I'm talking about anyway. People know. Oh gosh. Resist the urge. Christina Taff is crazy for real. Yes, of course. I think you were following the UK case, right? Tell me what was going on with Christina Taft and crew, because the reason why I say this is because that what is it? There were leaks, and I want to know how these leaks came from. You were there, so you would know all about this. How did these leaks come about? Where it was leaked about her paying $100 to buy bots. Was it $10 or $100 or whatever? And there were also leaks of Ivana speaking with her, etc., about speaking with Amber's team. Do you know what I'm referring to? The messages. How did they come about?
I think like someone in their group chat just like posted screenshots.
Why? That is so
I think
weird.
they were like pretending to be an Amber fan to like see what was going on, and that's what they said.
So it was people with dummy accounts, basically. I need to. Oh gosh, I don't have these screenshots. It would have been nice if I had them, but unfortunately, I got a new phone, so unfortunately, the screenshots that I had on those phones were gone. So but yeah, I would have loved to actually have those screenshots to show you, but you're gonna have to trust me, bro, on this one, because I'm going to recite it word for word. I haven't forgotten it at all. They were literally saying, "Oh, pass me the information. I just want to so that I can pass it on to Amber's team." That was Ivana, and there was also another one. Again, they were buying the bots. I think it should be that one resurfaced with the whole bot claim by Alexi Mostros, which we're not going to touch on today. But I want to go back into this video, and this part right here is the part that got me, because this was when the lovely lady here, forgot her name actually, I wish I knew her name, forgot her name, but she asked him why he believes Amber Heard. So let's hear it, because I wanna this reason.
Well,
anyway,
it's not my job to.
Hold up.
To the penthouse in downtown LA.
No, I think I got too far ahead. Sorry.
Right. It's so
ahead.
fascinating. So one question I have for you, I've been following the case myself, and I wonder, why were the LAPD called twice that one night?
Okay, that's way too far ahead. Sorry. Let me because I do his response was legendary.
I think there's a lot of evidence for.
All right. Okay. Cool. There it is. Okay. Found it. I was here before. Damn it! I had it right before, and I moved away from it. Don't you hate when that happens? All right. Right. So we can now play. Can you hear it, Izzy? Did you hear the last time I played there? Oh gosh. We're gonna have to find a way to
just repeat what he says.
Oh gosh, no, that's not helping though. It's not helping. I would have loved you to actually. Let me try and see why that is actually the case. Let me go into the control area on our stream. Bear with me, guys, for 1 second. Let me just try and sort this out for Izzy. It could just be the audio settings on here. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Let me see if you can.
Okay, now I think you.
Huh?
I think you fixed it, because now I can hear the audio from your microphone.
Oh, you couldn't hear me before?
Well, I could hear you before, but it was like echoing in your room, like it was coming from your like computer microphone.
Oh. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you've done such a good job keeping up. If you couldn't hear me. But yeah, gosh. Okay, so hopefully this works. Hopefully, yeah. So let's see. Okay, let's play it. Can you hear it now?
There's not many of them out
You
there.
haven't played it.
What's your name?
Huh? Can you hear it?
No, I still can't.
Damn it. Okay. We're just gonna have to wing it. I have no idea why you can't hear it. That shouldn't be the case, actually. But yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so damn. Apologies for this, guys. Let me just quickly try and fix it for Izze. I have no idea why you're not able to hear it. Okay. I have no idea what. Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to try. Okay. I can't find. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why you can't hear it, but let me try loading it up again, actually. All right. Let me load it up again for you. Let me see if this one makes a difference. Can you hear it now?
My name is Dan, or you can call me Amber Stan 11.
No?
But I think
No.
calling me Dan is easier.
We're just gonna
Okay.
move on.
So tell me, why do you stand with Amber Heard?
Well, I believe I stand with Amber Heard because I believe Amber Heard. I believe that she's one of the millions of survivors of domestic violence in the United States. I think there's a lot of evidence for Amber Heard. I think that the witnesses corroborate with the evidence. I think that Amber Heard's case is solid. And the big question for this case is, did Johnny Depp commit any acts of violence or domestic violence against Amber Heard at any time or in any way? And I think that case is very clear, and the answer is yes.
Okay, so what evidence are you speaking of specifically? What really stands with?
This is what I gotta deal with it.
Whoa.
Yeah. So of course, so there's.
That's probably
So
the person.
Just name.
So just right now, someone was screaming at him in the car. That's probably the person that you're referring to that he got in front of the line. That he got in front of the line about, and he's like, oh, well, if that's the case, then clearly this guy is like, then clearly we know why people don't like this guy. But of course,
well, he wasn't the one who cut. He wasn't the one who cut in line. He was just like, that's the only place that I saw anybody like getting upset.
Okay.
So like he's claiming like people attacked him, but nobody did.
Lord, oh gosh. Let me just continue playing. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Oh gosh.
Let's go with two pieces of evidence right now that is very clear. The face bruising committed by Johnny Depp and the hair pulling. There's evidence of that. Her witnesses, to be honest, I'm not going to recall their names right now because I'm going to butcher their names. But
You don't know them.
those are the big two things.
You
that
don't
I
know the witnesses.
think
That's
of
why you're
right
not
now.
going to call the name.
But if you are, but it's not my job to judge this case. I think that it's the jury's decision to believe Amber's case. I think it's a very strong case. So I just hope the jury sees it that way as well.
Right. It's so
Okay,
fascinating.
well,
So one question.
Okay, well, the jury did not see it that way because that's what he said. He said she had a strong case and he hopes the jury sees it that way. He also says that the reason why he believes Amber Heard is because of people being victims in the U.S. So that's why he believes Amber Heard. And points to the evidence of the bruising on the cheek, etc. All of those things. No cut lip, just the bruising on the cheek and all. The cut lip is gone. We know why. We know why. But the bruisings, all those things, and you also have him saying that. What was the other thing that he's saying? Oh yeah, the hair pulling. You know, the hair pulling. Now, Rachel Hope Bryson Engelhardt says Izze is a master lip reader. So you're getting You're getting props right there for keeping up with those video recordings. Luckily, fortunately, that's the only one I'm going to play. And obviously, I'm gonna go into the trial a little bit, but that's the only one I'm going to play for today. So you don't have to try and squint your eyes and read anymore. But yeah, let's go into that, because let's go into one of the injuries that he said, which was the hair pulling, because I don't see this quoted a lot. I used to see it before until I used to see it a lot, but then people were starting to look into the UK case, because that's what they wanted us to do. They wanted us to, like, you know, the UK decided this, so all of what we're talking about, etc., was all it was all bad. UK case, blah blah. It was unreliable, and then all of a sudden they just stopped talking about it when pictures from the UK case was resurfacing. So we're gonna go right into. So, do you remember? Do you the hair particles? I want to ask you this because you were in the courtroom and you were most likely watching Depp's testimony. Amber Heard's testimony. Were you there for her testimony?
No, I was. I mean, I was sitting outside, but I watched it live.
Okay. What days were you actually in the courtroom?
I was there the first week and like a little bit of the second week, and then I got in one day the last week.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. One day in the last week, that would be. So was that during the cross of Amber Heard, the final one, the rebuttal cross?
No, it was like Dr. Spiegel that day.
That was the day before. That was the day before.
Yeah.
That was the day before. Okay, so gosh, Spiegel, this guy. I love him, by the way, because I'll say it and I'll say it again. This guy inspired everything to do with Heinz. Guy looks like Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. But anyway. But anyway, do you see that on your end? Now, when you saw this in did you see this in the UK case as well?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't like physically there for the UK case because of COVID. I had back to America. But yeah, like I know
how much you love the UK, and I like I'm very surprised you actually love the UK. I never thought that was possible. I'm trying to get out, and you're like trying to get in. I'm like, what is wrong with you? But so when you saw this, were you expecting to see this type of evidence? Because this is the alleged hair that was pulled out, right? So Kevin Murphy took this picture. For those that don't know, and you know, Nova, if you're Supernova, I just want to say, if you're watching this stream, this is likely information that you don't know about. So, this is the hair that was ripped out, the alleged hair. Anyway, I have to say that I don't have to say it because this one, no, I don't have to say it. This is the hair that the picture was taken. From Kevin Murphy, and it was the hair that Amber supposedly ripped out, but this was the other one, the original picture, the original one, not the original one, the one that Amber took, I should say. Actually, yes, that's the one. The one that Amber took, this is the one. So this one right here is the one that Kevin took. You can see a difference, and according to Kevin, it's written here, the witness statement right here. It says that that's May 21st. This is about the poop incident when he found out, and this one is about the December incident. So he was called in on that day. Let me just make sure I got it right. Blah blah. Yeah, called him upstairs into the bedroom. Let me just reduce this so that you guys can see it. Sorry. Oh gosh. Okay. I hope you guys can see that. Izze, I hope I promise I will pay for your Specsavers opticians after this because he was be squinting your eyes so much. But yeah, he says after about an hour or so following the discussion, Miss Hurt told me that she wanted to show me something. Okay, he says she was not wearing any makeup, etc. On this day. So this is where he says that Amber Heard was not showing him. That Amber Heard wanted to show him something in the bedroom, and she showed me a tuft of hair that she claimed that Mr. Depp had pulled out. Remember, this is one of the evidence that was being used by blah blah. So this is the hair that we're talking about. So it says because I was suspicious of this claim, I merely took a photograph with my mobile phone. I was subsequently shocked to see a photo on the internet which had been produced by Miss Heard showed that the hair she claimed pulled out only by Mr. Depp an injury to her head. When I compared this to the photograph I had taken on my own mobile phone, the hair looked quite different to the hair Miss photographed I presented as evidence. So this was the exhibit that was brought, that was obviously there. Now, I gotta ask, were you surprised that you didn't see this brought in to challenge Amber Heard's statement for December 15th? Sorry.
I mean, it should have been, because like that's not what hair looks like when you rip it out of someone's head. That's just it looks like they just kind of like snipped off.
Well, I mean, you're the hair expert. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, look at my hair. I'm still trying to grow it to a level. So I don't know what these hair looks like. Of course, me not being Caucasian doesn't really help either, because I would have had so much experience if I was Caucasian with long hair, but I don't, unfortunately. So when this wasn't presented in court, when did you believe that she was lying? Like, let me start there. When did you actually believe that she was actually lying?
Like in general, or about this?
No, not about the whole. How do I say? About the whole abuse thing and all of those things. Was it when Jeannie? Was it when Jeannie done the GoFundMe? Rest in peace, Jeannie Lawson. Was it when she done the GoFundMe to say not GoFundMe, the change.org position to say that his claims were credible, etc., and you should get Amber Heard of Aquaman? When was it? When did you actually, not believe?
I mean, I thought there was something weird in 2016 when he was cast in Fantastic Beasts. Because like I just know J.K. Rowling survived domestic violence, and so I was like, if she's like casting him in her movie and like proud of it, like, either she's being a hypocrite or there's something weird. And then I think there was a video posted by a YouTuber called Autumn on Venus in like very early 2018 that was pointing out like how, her behavior around Johnny Depp was not, she didn't look like a victim at all. She looked like she was actually abusing him.
Say that name again.
Autumn on Venus.
Okay, that's a name to look up. I did not know this. So this person, were they working together at one point?
No, she had seen videos of like Amber. There's like a video clip of her on some TV show where she's like slapping Johnny on the back, like playfully, but like you wouldn't do that if somebody was like violently abusing you.
Right. No, I 100%, I 100% agree with you. And if you haven't read Izze's article, make sure you go. I'm not sure how many people have read it. It's got a lot of I think 3,000 likes, which is impressive. Do you actually want to be a writer? Because this is not the only article you wrote. You also wrote about the entire Drake Bell fiasco, etc. Is this something that you actually want to do?
I mean, I like writing. It's just kind of a hobby.
Okay. And that's interesting because I saw the discourse in regards to Drake Bell as well, because that's pretty much what the part 3 of the docuseries is basically about. I go into the unfortunate or the plight of male victims and false accusations. I tried my best to use the very limited research, because it was actually very limited. It's actually very limited. The very limited research going back to 1992, and this is not research just because I say 1992 or 1980 or whatever. It's not like they were making articles year after year after year or this and that. It's literally 1992, 1980, 2006. Like, it's literally popping up that infrequently. But I found so many other research, all new, to do with men being abusive, all of those things. So not only did I see that there was a clear bias in the reporting of it, or trying to educate the masses on the dynamics of domestic violence, but it's also very systemic. It's also, well, I can't call it systemic because it's not really government passing laws, but I did find some clues of that, where in the UK Parliament are actually recording, not Parliament, it was brought up in Parliament, sorry, that domestic violence victims that are men are being recorded as female victims. That to me blew my mind. I'm actually being serious. It blew my mind. I like to hear that in Parliament, and it wasn't like, obviously anyone can say anything, right? But if you do that in Parliament, you will get sanctioned. Like, you can't just make up something. Like, if someone else was there, like, actually no, this says otherwise. No, you're gonna get in trouble after that. So it's very well understood here. It's very well known here, and that really spurred me to do the last part, because seeing someone on the biggest stage in the entire planet say that they were hiding in the bathroom. I'm not even gonna go to charity donations, because they love to do that. They love to say that the charity donation does not matter in this case, etc. But to hear the audios, and I'll repeat this, to hear the audios where he is saying that I was hiding in the bathroom, and then she is actively in the audio saying, I'm so sorry, this and that, and then in court she was saying, no, I was the one hiding from him in the bathroom, not the other one. Izzy, talk to me. Why is talk to me. When it comes to false accusations, and when you see it as a woman, from another woman doing it to a man, what do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I mean, it sets back like women.
Explain.
I mean, I think like for people to say like Johnny getting justice is setting back women. It's like, if a woman lies, that is now setting a precedent that, oh, women can lie. So now we have to question everybody coming forward constantly. And that, like, it harms people who might not necessarily have like audio evidence or like photos and stuff, because like they're not going to be believed.
Do you think, so the question is, do you think that's actually the case, especially now, when you look at, for example, it's not just the only, like, there's also other cases that's common. I'm not sure if you heard of the Trevor Bauer case. Have you heard of that one? Trevor Bauer, the Major League Baseball pitcher. Matariza, it's got a no. Oh wow!
I don't pay attention to baseball.
I was literally about to ask if you have taken a scavenger hunt to the Atlantic and into Antarctica and find yourself stranded in the caves there for a bit and then just resurface now back into the States. Did Did you do that? Damn it! Damn, that joke didn't land. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. No, but like, to give a bit more context, Major League Baseball. For those that don't know, Trevor Bauer is a pitcher for the LA Dodgers, but he was released after his accuser Lindsey Hill came out and said that he had assaulted her, basically sexually assaulted her, and then after he released text messages, etc., to show that she was actually saying, I'm going to get him to sleep with me, get the bag, all of those things. And it's really bad. It's really bad. One of his accusers is now being indicted for federal charges, saying that she was committing fraud, etc. So when you see, like, and these women, all of them were believed, and it's only now peeling back that they're not. So do you think that this is a trend going forward?
Yeah. I think because once you see like Amber Heard can do that, and she got, I mean, she wasn't punished for it. Like, all that happened was, people on the internet disliked her. She wasn't fired from anything. She didn't really have to pay him that much money.
A million, yeah.
But for them, that's not that much money. And like she's just basically gotten away with it. Like, nobody really cares, and then now everybody's saying that everything Johnny did was sexist. That kind of like shows, it shows women who have the sort of intentions of like, maybe they're mad at some guy, maybe they want to like get revenge on somebody for whatever reason, that they can just do that and get away with it, and there will be no punishment for false accusations.
Do you think that there should be punishment though?
Yeah, I mean, lying in a court of law is illegal.
Yeah, perjury. But what I mean, the reason why I asked it like that was because a lot of people say that it could stop survivors from coming forward, actually, because they feel like if they were to get something wrong about it, like like if they were to find out that they're lying, that people that may be afraid that they might think that they're lying and then throw the book at them. Do you think that that's actually a credible fear?
Yeah.
In what?
I mean, I think like, because like going back to like the
no, go on, sorry.
Going back to like the Drake Bell thing, like he's kind of expressed that he didn't want to go to court because he knew that like people are going to automatically believe like a teenage girl over anything he says, and so that's why he didn't want to go to court and try to fight that and waste all his money and like possibly be found guilty of something that didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the one thing that's so unique about it, because I actually looked by the way, everyone, I just want to say, make sure that you hit the like button as well, so that if there's anything you could do for me today, please hit that like button, please. It would really help us with the algorithm. But to go back into that Drake Bell thing, because we were literally I was literally thinking about this when I was putting all of this together, because bias is a massive thing, especially, and there was I spoke with this researcher, his name is Martin Seeger, amazing guy, provides so much breakdown into gamma bias, which is basically the theory of gamma bias, is basically where if you have one, like for example men, let's say that there's Jimmy Savile, for example, I'm just putting it out there. So because of Jimmy Savile, for example, they will say that all men are, the R word abusers, blah, blah. But then when you see, I'm not going to say Amber Heard, but when you see other, okay, I'm going to say Amber Heard. When you see Amber Heard, for example, they'll be like, actually, no, well, Johnny was writing these mean text messages. What else can I say? Johnny was writing these mean text messages, so what did he do to her to do this? Not all women lie about, false accusations, which is true. It's the same thing. But all of those true statements, like, men can sometimes abuse, women can sometimes falsely accuse someone. Equally, they can also, false, abuse men, etc. Even though that's true, but for women, it's more of there's always a reason behind it. While for men, it's like, oh no, you're done, etc. So when I look at all these things, and when it comes to like men like Drake Bell, for example, and when he's obviously what he came out and shared about him, being molested by, being sodomized and etc. by this guy, Brian Peck. But basically, he wasn't. I personally, like, from what I saw, especially from the Twitter backlash, it just reminded me of the Depp v. Heard trial all over again. But
yeah, that's what I posted.
But for some reason, I want to talk to you about that, because what I noticed was, it was the inverse, where it seemed like they were actually justifying Brian Peck's behavior, and this guy was come on. If this was a little girl, like, I don't think anyone would be wondering. But sorry, go on.
Well, I mean, it's the same people. It's all her supporters are like going after him, and I think like they're not justifying what he did, but they're saying like, oh, it was 20 years ago, he went to jail for it, he's already served his time, like, just let him live his life now. And there's no conspiracy here. The industry, like, they hired him, but they haven't hired him in the past couple years, so it's fine. Like,
so many excuses.
Yeah, I'm like reading this stuff, I'm like, if someone like that, who like I took like a couple hours, watched some crappy true crime YouTuber videos on John Wayne Gacy. If someone is friends with John Wayne Gacy and then gets arrested for things, like, you have to then make that comparison. What did John Wayne Gacy do? What did Brian Peck do? You see, it's the same thing. He was doing besides, ending people, obviously. But they were doing the same thing. And so for people to like ignore that completely and just be like, they don't realize how extreme it is, I don't think. And they just go off and be like, he's learned his lesson now. I'm like, nobody like that's gonna learn their lesson and never do something like that again. Because they said the same thing about John Wayne Gacy.
There is a question I wanna ask you, going back into this case in regards to Depp and Heard, because a lot of articles have come out, and I've always posed the same question. And again, it just goes back into the gender biases that we hold and the gender dynamics. And do you think? I want to ask, and I want you to be as honest as possible. Let's say that. I mean, I don't believe it one bit. I don't believe it. I haven't seen, and I'm being honest when I say this. And I said this in part 2C. I split. It was, believe me, the amount of evidence in this, I needed it a 3-part in the second part, which to make like a full circle. But in the part 2, when I was going through the December incident, I actually said, there is no way that these injuries were caused by him. Well, for one, not only was she walking fine, like literally just walking fine, and this is someone that was lifting you up, thrusting you through the room, throwing you like a rag doll. These are not my words. Like, I know Amber Stans hate to use Amber Heard's own words, but I'm gonna say it. She said these things. He punched her in the face. I'm even gonna go give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he did not wear rings on this occasion. Fine, I will say that he did not wear rings on this occasion, but he still punched her in the face. This is what she claimed. I've watched the trial so many times. I want my life back. But with those injuries, like I said, the busted lip is the one thing that only was recorded objectively. and it was recorded by Aaron. Do you think that his employees were paid to say what he said? In your opinion, as a supporter,
his employees?
His employees.
No.
Why do you say that?
Like they're just witnessing like what's going on.
No,
I mean,
no,
I
but
don't
like,
think I don't think that amount of people are gonna publicly get up and commit perjury for somebody, especially like not just like his employees, but like police officers and like, medical professionals and stuff like that.
But he's a powerful man. He has money to.
But he was also apparently going bankrupt at the same time.
he has money to pay. That's why they're gonna say that's why. That's why he was going bankrupt, because he was paying these many people to do all of these things. So one domino at a time. Was wonder I'm not sure if there was a picture of her at the market and she was fine, and they always say makeup, etc., right? And they all say makeup. You don't wear makeup often. I hope. Well, actually, no, I don't know. Do you wear makeup? I mean,
I'm late.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. My eyes are getting better. Right. Okay. You don't like. Do you think that the makeup excuse? I mean, like, I'm really concerned. I'll just be honest. I'm really concerned here, because when I look at this case, and when I hear both sides speak, and one side is saying that she was wearing makeup, and then people are looking at this and they're feeling gaslit, like myself, because I'm like, was she though? Like, I don't think that's makeup on the 27th. I mean, she looks exactly the same as she did on the 28th. If she's wearing makeup on the 28th, then you're saying that she wore makeup on the 27th. Like, what's going on here? When I look at things like that, I'm like, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because technically speaking, if a woman does wear makeup now, is she gonna get believed? If a woman doesn't wear makeup and there's no bruises, etc., then when I like, how did this case make you feel when you look at and again, this is, I don't want to run the risk of repeating what you said about is sending women back, because I think that does kind of speak to your point, but I wanna ask more of, how did it make you like, if you were, do you have any, what I'm trying to say, that do you have any inkling inside you that you won't be taken seriously if you were to go through one of these situations when you said that?
Yeah, I mean, because it's already happened. Yeah, because like when I spoke up, people didn't take me seriously at all.
When was this?
Like, think about 3 weeks after the trial.
Oh, yeah. Ex-boyfriend wasn't? No, not ex-boyfriend. I don't even know. Who? What happened? What happened? I'm trying to say, because I saw something like that on Twitter. I saw it, but I saw it. It's one of those ones where it was late at night. You were. Amber Heard stands bringing up, like, it was some guy. Was it some guy in like your not school, college, you tell the story. What happened?
He was someone I went to high school with, and I named him on Twitter as being emotionally abusive, because he was. And these people, like Amber Heard fans, found it. It got like 4,000 likes, which I didn't expect it to. Like, because I've been speaking about him for years and nobody pays attention to it. And so they found his social media and DM'd him. And I know this because like we have mutual friends. They several months later were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this guy was talking about you and he said all these people were harassing him, and here's the text messages of him coming to me and asking if I had spoken to you or anything. And so like, that's when I found out they were doing that. And I mean, I kind of had suspicions because they were posting his username on Twitter.
Why didn't they believe you though? That's kind of weird.
I think they were just because I think what I said was I was inspired by Amber Heard going on NBC News and saying no women will ever come forward now. Like, so I was like, you know what? I will come forward. And they were just like, you're taking inspiration from Johnny Depp and you are actually an abuser. And yeah, which I think, fine, don't believe me, but don't start like writing a bunch of like crap or contacting people in my personal life.
That I mean, I know you're outspoken. Anyone for By the way, make sure you follow. If you want to hear the ramblings of myself or Izzy, in fact, I kind of want you to hear the ramblings of Izzy. Make sure you follow her on Twitter. And it's on your screen, but because she is quite outspoken, I will say that, and she has been very outspoken in regards to this case, and I did not know the details of the, did you two have like a relationship? Because all I knew was you named somebody and he died. Apparently he died, didn't he? And his family, I can't remember. So what was the relationship between you two?
He went to school with me. I mean, I've known him since third grade, but I became friends with him when I was 14, and he was very flirtatious with people. So I think he, for some reason, convinced himself that I was only being friends with him to try to get with him, which I was not. And originally, he was fine with this. Then he got a girlfriend who didn't live in New York, and she also convinced him that I was trying to break them up so that I could date him, which I wasn't. And what really ended up happening was he put on this facade around me that, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to like help you through like whatever. I'm going to be friends with you and include you and stuff. And then he just wouldn't. And he would block me a lot. He would, and people say like, oh, this isn't abuse. He just unfriended you. And I'm like, no. He would pretend to be friends with me and then block me. And I would tell him things that, I wouldn't tell anybody else. And he would then tell other people,
Was he
but
like
then
your
tell me he
friend?
wasn't telling other people.
So
Yeah.
so he was like your best. Okay, you would say your friend. Okay, sorry, continue. So you two were not like dating kind of thing.
No, I,
This
I,
is
I
weird.
didn't,
So
I didn't want to date him. I had a boyfriend.
oh, okay. Oh, love triangle.
Everybody forgets that I had a boyfriend.
Oh. I can see why. So they were saying that you were falsely accusing this man when really and truly you were being truthful, and you even had a reason to not even be the things that he was saying that you were. Right.
He
What I,
he was telling people that I was trying to get with him, and he wanted to lose his virginity before he graduated. So he started sending nudes to my friends and started trying to get with them. And then he texted me one day and was like trying to figure out if I was going to break up with my boyfriend. And he said, I'm just asking you because, I was wondering if you would want to be friends with benefits if you're going to break up with your boyfriend. And told him absolutely not. And he got upset. So I went up to my other friends because they had been telling me like, oh, he's been like very friendly with us lately. I think he wants to be friends with us. So I told them he doesn't want to be friends with you. He's trying to get with you, trying to see like who he wants to get with. So they confronted him about that, and he told everybody that I was a snitch and that I was actively trying to ruin his life.
I did not expect. Damn.
And that's like people don't realize like that's one story, and like this went on for 4 years, and me especially, were like physically afraid of him because he would get really angry at like the dumbest things. Like I would tell my friend would be like talking shit about him, and I'd be like, "Stop talking shit," and he would get mad at me because he's like, "I don't want you ever mentioning me in front of anybody. Like I don't even want people knowing what my favorite color is." And yeah,
That is flipping weird. That is flipping weird. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through that. Damn. I pause, rewind everything. So abuse can come in all forms. In all fairness, it doesn't just happen in relationships. It can happen in friendships. I was actually one of the ladies one of the people I interviewed actually told me about that because she actually said something I went through with another guy that was my friend. It's like that was actually abusive. I didn't think that was possible. I actually thought you can only be abusive in friendship, etc. So it goes to show how much the educate like. But that's did not see that happening. So why were you banned from his funeral? Because I know that was for people that didn't. Before you answer that, I just quickly want to say for people that didn't know that, for people that didn't know that, there's a bombshell for you. Okay, so right, so Kat, I just want to say thank you ever so much for gifting 5 memberships. Did not expect that one bit. I appreciate you. Damn. I am ever so humbled that for Kat's generosity here. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna read the rest of your chat. She gifted it to Rosalind Duke, but that's the only person. But if you got a membership from Kat, make sure you thank her on the stream. Thank her because she is such an amazing person. She also does. I would say crime content, but her content is more of into reality and things to do with reactions to how people react immediately, and then she brings out the story as it develops. I really love her work. Make sure you go check her out on her channel. Rachel Hope Bryson, thank you again. She says, oh yes, she's reacting to your story. Amber Heard had such a haughty, fierce look that just says controller. She emits this power and control, self-centeredness that is undeniable. And I kind of see that. Did you notice that when you're going through a trial? If so, give me an example so that I can quickly just go on to it.
She was definitely trying to control what was going on in there.
Right.
Like she was from day one. Her and Eve were sitting and looking around at all of us and trying to figure out who we were so she could get us banned.
Oh yes, I didn't even talk about that. Did you actually meet? Have you actually ever met Eve Barlow?
I mean, I didn't speak to her, but she was sitting in front of me.
Did she? Oh gosh. What's? I don't know. I don't even know how to ask this part because I don't know. For me, she just looks like a I'm not gonna say that little hobbit, that little green thing on Lord of the Rings. I think that's doing him a lot of injustice. There is something else that I'm thinking of. I can't remember the name of it. It's not Chewbacca. He's too cute. Too cute. No, but she just gives me bad vibes. I don't know. Like, did you get that from her when you saw her?
Yeah. Because the way she was looking at us, like she was like, you could tell they were like trying to do something.
Oh, like always scheming and that. Always scheming. Okay. Yeah. Oh gosh. Sorry. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts here. So wanna go back into, I wanna go back, to do with, especially to do with the, especially to do with the media reporting of this case, because we are seeing articles after articles to do with Johnny Depp this, Johnny Depp that, Johnny Depp this, Johnny Depp that. We're now seeing people jump onto YouTube and giving their own version of events. So we're going to go into each and every one of them and try to bring a bit of light into what they're talking about. What have you noticed in the past few weeks that you would like? Because I've got some tweets to show. I've got some tweets to show on here, but I want to know what you've seen in the last few weeks that you would want me to say, hey, yeah, could you please show this as well? Because this one is really problematic. For example,
I mean, I haven't seen like anything in the past few weeks. I've just mostly it was like during the trial, I would see things happen in real life and then see things written completely different or like leaving stuff out.
Okay, what did you see?
I mean, it was a lot of they were specifically only interviewing people who were clearly like there as fangirls. Like, people come in with like noisemakers and dogs and like children and, dressing up, and they were interviewing those people because they wanted to make it seem like the only people who would support Johnny Depp are only supporting him because they like his movies, and they're only supporting him because he's a man. They find him attractive.
Oh my
and
gosh.
So me and some other people tried to get interviews with these magazines, and as soon as I mentioned we're here because we support male domestic violence victims, they either cut the interview or they tried to change the subject.
Wait. Pause. Repeat that again. When you say we're here to support male domestic violence victims, who was these people that were cutting the interview?
Court TV, I think.
That's interesting. I'm releasing the full. By the way, for everyone that don't know, I'm releasing the full interviews for all of the Depp v. Heard doc. There's only 5 more or 6 more, I think, 6 or 7 more to release. So it's going to be on the channel in the coming weeks. In not coming weeks, coming days. I'll release the first part and then we just go on from there. But it's funny because one of the doctors, one of the counselors, that I spoke with, Ann Silvers, she actually said that Court TV changed their tune, but it was near the end. What you were talking about, is that at the start or at the near the end?
That was the last week.
The last week.
Yeah, their producer was supporting Amber Heard.
I'm surprised that Vinny gets to say what he says on there. You've seen his recent interviews with Brian Runnick and Nick Wallace, right? Like, do you like? I'm surprised he actually gets to say all those things. What? So, what did they say again? Like,
so they asked me like why I was there, because this was like in the middle of the night while we were lining up.
yeah.
And they like were filming the people in the line, and they said like, well, why are you here? And I was like, well, I'm here to spread awareness for the issues of like male domestic violence victims, how they have to go through all this to be believed, and blah blah blah. And they just said, okay, thank you, and then they walked away.
And that was it. They walked away.
They didn't post it anywhere. Yeah, they were. They didn't post it anywhere. They didn't, and I was like watching them interview everyone else, and it was much longer. And and then I think the other interview was with the Law and Crime Network, and I don't think this was ever posted either. But I had, it was like right after Johnny like drives by, waves at us, and so I was just kind of like in a good mood, and I ran back to the courthouse, and because they wanted to interview me, and they were just kind of like, okay, let's interview you. So then I was like trying to kind of explain the same thing, and then they go, so what does Johnny Depp say to you when he drives by? And I was like, He doesn't say anything. He's driving. Sometimes he'll say hi. Like,
Gosh, that's gosh. Okay, so biasness aside, because damn, that I didn't. I'm, I'm trying to think back to. I'm trying to think back because I did interview Anjanette from Law and Crime. I don't like. I didn't think that that was. I didn't think that would be the case. In terms of the way that they were covering it, not Law and Crime, Court TV. More of. I didn't think that was that they would be that flip. Not maybe flipping is a harsh word, but I didn't think that because you said what you said that they took that kind of stance. Damn. So did you? I did see some. I did see some ruckus when you were not you per se, but when there was, I did hear of some ruckus. I'm not gonna say see some ruckus. There was. I heard about the woman that. I heard about the woman that said that Johnny, this is your baby, something like that.
oh yeah.
Do you know who that was? Who was it?
That was
I only heard about.
That was some crazy lady who showed up at about 11:30 while we were sitting outside. And, some people had gone to the bathroom, left some like beach chairs in the walkway in line.
Yeah.
So she just walks over and sits in their chairs and goes, "Well, they left, so it's my spot now." And we were like, she had like a baby with her. And she was like, "I'm not going home. I have my 6 other kids at home and they're perfectly fine. And I came out here tonight." She was like wearing pajamas and stuff and flip-flops. And so they all got in a huge fight. She called the police. And the police came and told us all, like, what are you doing? And they let her in the courtroom. I don't know why, but she managed to like get in front of people. And during the first break, she had her baby with her in the courtroom. Johnny, got up. He turned around. He would like get up and like wave at us before he left. And she stood up, and I was like, he was like right about to walk through the door, and like his security was with him. She goes, "Johnny, I love you. Our souls are connected," or something like that. And Johnny, he just, turned around, being nice. It's kind of like, and
Sometimes
because we're
that's
not
too
supposed
nice.
to.
If I hear that and I was turned around, my back was to you, I would actually make sure I'll be like, yeah, my back is. I'll freeze. I'll be like, I'm just. Is that a wall in front of me? I'll just walk into it or something. I'll just make sure that it doesn't turn around to see. But that's me. That's me. I'm surprised he turned around to like acknowledge, what she said. But sorry, continue.
Yeah, because we're not supposed to like be talking to them or like out loud like that.
Yeah.
And so everyone just kind of like sat there and like sighed because we were like so done with her shit at that point. And so then he's like turns around and looks at her, and she holds up her baby and she goes, "When will you admit this baby is yours?" And then that's when like his security. I think that's when like the sheriffs came in and like pulled her out.
Oh my god, that is too funny. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's too funny for me. That's too funny for me. That's too funny. Oh Lord. Okay, so I didn't know. I didn't know she actually said that. I didn't know that was the context behind it. There was also some ruckus, like when you guys were lining up. I don't know. What were there any fights? I heard that one up as well. Hopefully there were no fights. No, really.
Well, it was mostly just like what would happen. The sheriffs would come. They would tell us, "Get off of the court property. Go stand in the grass." I don't know why. They didn't know what they were doing because they weren't used to like crowds like.
Yeah.
And so we were all standing in the grass, and then at exactly 1 a.m., everyone would stampede back to, because that's when we were allowed to line up. So everyone would like stampede back into the walkway, and
Yeah.
so then people would be fighting to like get in a line. I think there was one kid who cut like the whole line, and I mean, Johnny's got like crazy supporters, so they have to be first in line, otherwise they're gonna throw a fit. Um, so yeah, it was like people like physically grabbing each other. It wasn't like, there wasn't brawls happening, but
Okay. Uh, let me just quickly go into the chat. So nom de plume. That's it. I will be shouting out every member. If I will be shouting out every member that's part of the Heinz Hall. I'll be bringing out Patreon today. I just thought I use this opportunity to make those kind of announcements and YouTube things, so that you know what's going on with the channel, etc. But yeah, I will also be on Patreon, and yeah, you'll get a lot more on Patreon, where I'll be doing a lot more Ketchup Man content. I'll be explaining that a lot more later on. But yes, if you are part of the Heinz Hall membership, you will get loads of perks. So hopefully you become a member. Hopefully you can support it. You can support this channel that way. But the biggest support that you can show me outside the memberships, because that's financial support. The biggest support you can show me is by hitting the like button. That goes a long way. Hit the like button. You can do everything else, because if you want to see more live streams that we are doing on the channel, because we have got an hindsight stream, and I've got Fem coming on. I'm going to be announcing that, and we're going to be talking about some domestic violence cases that are recent, where the woman is the abuser and has falsely accused their partner. There is so many cases like this. So Fem and I are going to be going through those cases. She's going to be bringing the academic side to it, and I am so happy to finally have her on in a live format. So that's going to be on Wednesday. So if you want to be notified for that live stream as well as other live streams, you can consider subscribing. But most importantly, liking this video would help a lot. Also, you can share as well, but liking it will be paramount. It'll be amazing. So Izzy, back to you. Thank you. Back to you, because I made this post the other day, right? I made this post, and for some reason nowadays, whenever I post, the Church of the Flappy Fish for some reason decides to take an emergency clergy session, right? And they decide to pray to their almighty queen, Amber Heard, and to come down and do some Amber Heard voodoo. What did they call it? Voodoo, Amber's voodoo, or something, whatever you're gonna call it. They all congregate. I don't have enough swatters for these flies, but it was just a post, just to promote this docuseries. And for some reason, this guy, who does have his own series, look, you can get your 50. I'm not gonna call it that, 15 minutes of fame, whatever. I'm not gonna call it that. But redacted number 4. I've got so many redacted. But redacted number 4 here, when you have to lie to clear his name, is one big red flag, etc. So this response is what got me, because this was the funniest response. To me anyway. It says, funny you use the word hoax. That is literally the count he lost in the US trial. It was found to be defamation to use the word hoax.
No.
Wait for it. Let's just finish. I'm just trying to collect my breath, because I'm already out of breath. Reading this. I'm just trying to collect myself. But it says, look, listen, I should have dedicated a whole segment to just bring out every. I'm gonna do it now, but I'm gonna bring out every tweet that Amber Heard stands have made, so that we can all laugh at them in this send off. Oh, okay. So, right. So it says, which actually means they were proved not to be hoax. Who's got the jury form? Let me try and get the jury form. It's here. It says the comments in response to this guy, because I have never seen so much ratio in one day. I have not, like, all of this was happening under my comment section. It's just, if you look at this, you would think there's not enough comments, and I'm kind of happy this is all happening under his comments, because that's where he got it from. I'm like, okay, fine. You just read that. Nothing's going on. Retweet, move on. But the fact that all under his comments is ratio after ratio, ratio here, ratio here. I don't. Let me click it. Yep, ratio. Ratio. So let's go into the jury form, because thank you so much, because this is saved me time. I embarrassingly did not get it. But yeah, this is oh gosh, I can't read it now. Oh gosh, my bad. This is the jury form. I can't read it now. I give up. I give up. Oh, I guess you can see it. All right. So, and I'm struggling to get the part, just because, like, these people are legion. They are legion. They are cretins from the base of all the base, because I have no idea. Please find me the word, and she said lie about everything. I have no idea how they take one part that said that they spilled a little wine. Look, listen, and I'll say this from day one. If Johnny Depp cannot say, and I believe I 100% agree with this, he cannot say, he cannot go to the next newspaper and say Amber and her friends got together, roughed up the place, spilled a little wine, called the police, said, all that. He can't say that. That's actually true. He can't say that, but he can say Amber lied about what about the abuse that she suffered, because that's why she didn't sue him directly for GQ, and only sued through Adam Waldman's agency theory. Let's be real for a second here. Let's be real. But this is not just the only one. This guy, so funny. It's so funny, because this guy has now started. He actually says. He actually says that he did not watch the trial. Are you surprised by that?
No.
By that? No, like
I don't think most of them watch the trial.
I mean, the only person that I did speak to that I would say actually watched at least most of the trial was Ophelia, and I really respect her for actually saying down. You can go watch the supposed interview on the channel, but I really did respect her for saying down, because she was the only Amber Heard supporter that sat down and spoke with me in regards to this case, and there were so many things that she said in that interview that was quite interesting. Go and watch it. But who does this guy remind you of? The guy that we just talked about here. Who does he remind you of back in the UK times when you were doing this? Because I have not seen, maybe it's just me, I have not seen any tweets from Ivana at all. And I'm wondering where the hell Ivana went. Like, so who does this guy remind you of from back then?
From the UK?
No. Yeah, well, around the time the UK trial was going on, yeah.
I don't know. I can't really read them.
Oh, okay. So I'll give you an example of a tweet here, because for some reason I'm now public enemy number 1. This is a tweet, and I don't shy away from anything. I don't know why he posted this. He probably felt like, he can use my name for whatever reason. So he basically said, so first, me, amongst the idea of rape on the form of challenging using a gift, or all those things. This is the only post that he's had some traction. For some reason, he mentioned this is the only post he's had some traction on it, and he's attempting to drag me. So I wanted to go into this actually. So let me get the tweet up. Let's go to where this tweet came from, because when he posted this, I just removed myself from the conversation. I was like, yep, you do you, bro. But we're gonna get into that Chris Brown part soon. This guy looks like a pube face. I'm not gonna lie, but let me get it up. I'm gonna go through my photos. So bear with me. I do post some weird things. This is what I posted. Right? So instead of him, because this is what I said. This is very valid. If you've never seen this headline before, this is kind of like your exclusive right here. Well, not really exclusive. It was done like years ago, but this was the headline. Oh, damn. Sorry. Let me go 1 second. Right. I think that's a bit clearer now. Right. So this was the. Oh, okay. Right. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to. Let me get everyone off. Okay, cool. So this was the. Oh gosh. Oh god. I'm sorry. Right. So this was the. If you were around, did you remember seeing this around in the UK time?
No,
You didn't see
not
it?
this specific headline.
Oh,
No,
I
I
found
mean, I
this.
wasn't paying attention to like, I don't read The Sun, so I wasn't paying attention to it.
I don't blame you. I actually found this when I was going through my articles and like bringing it all in for the case. So I don't blame anyone for missing this because it just on his face you can tell it sounds stupid and it just sounds fictional. I mean, it says our word claims Alwood claims Amber Heard claims Johnny Depp threatened to get some black brothers to rape her, right? So that's what I posted here. If you go in here, I literally said that I have no problem doing this, and I'm not even going to try and explain myself one way or the other. So I said, oh no, they just tried it with a newspaper after being told that Johnny would get 4 black guys. Did I, okay, the 4 might have been my inspiration, but I think it was 4 black guys. I think it was 4 black guys when I read the article. Anyway, but basically he says, oh no, Johnny told that he would get 4.
Something has happened.
So 1 second. So yeah, sorry about that. I think my opera. Can you hear me by the way?
I don't
Izzy?
know if I'm still on live. Hello, everybody.
1 second.
I don't know
can't
what has
hear you.
happened.
No. Oh gosh, my opera has shut down unfortunately. So I need to get it back up. I just gotta get it back up. 1 second. I lost Izzy there for a minute. I don't know why that's happened. Okay, can you see me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we are back. 1 second. Let me try and get Izzy back into the. Bear with me, guys. Just having a bit of tech issues. Wouldn't be one show without tech issues. Okay, so you're back. Okay, you're back. Okay. All right. So. Okay, so Izzy is back. Okay, cool. Apologies for that. I have no idea what's happened with my. I have no idea what happened there with what I with the whole thing, but I do have it back now. So let me try and get it and get the whole tweets back up. Again, I'm not gonna because the way that the guy wrote it, it makes it seem like I would be ashamed that he put me on his wall of I don't know what wall that is, a wall of dunghill or whatever. I don't know what to call it. I don't think I should even call it anything. Buddy things. So let me try 1 second. Let me get it up here for you guys to see. Bear with me for 1 second. I apologize. My whole setup just literally crashed on my Opera. Last time I'm using that browser to stream ever again. You can sue me for libel if you want to. I really don't care. I don't care. Right. So this is the post I want to share. Right. There is a lot more posts like this, but for some reason, this guy chose to maybe public enemy #1 yesterday. Okay, not public enemy, of course, but but he had so much likes, etc. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay. So we are back now. So that was basically, he says I'm making fun of the idea of rape. R word. And this is the one thing that I find to be the most disingenuous part about Amber Heard's support, and this is why I think, and I'm gonna say this, at least for me, I'm not going to, after this, now I'm not going to be engaging with them anymore. Personally speaking, for me, I'm not going to. It's a waste of time. It is the most ultimate waste of time, because this, I don't know what's wrong with me bringing this up, because end of the day, here I was thinking that you were well versed in Amber Heard's, which, since she's a truth teller, you run with it because you've learned a new piece of information here. He says he saw it, and he says, I'm making fun of rape. And then he goes on to say, that I'm deflecting, that, that I'm okay with someone threatening gang rape, and this did not happen. Because that was the point of this. That was the point. He's saying, he says it here. This is the part I want to get to. Because he is literally saying that I was actually making fun of rape. And I'm like, no. You want me to take something that never happened seriously? Yeah, nah. For people that don't know, and the reason why I say, and I will say this again, the reason why this never happened is because Amber told you it didn't happen. You want to know how I know Amber told you it didn't happen? Because if we go back into the trial, she said in VA, after that long break, you would think this is the opportune time to bring this up. If it's not in our diary, then it must have been not important enough for you to write it down, because clearly you remembered it in the UK case. So if let's say you forgot, right, and you need a jogging, because she said, it's her words, she literally said that all of the things that happened, she had wrote it down. We've seen a snippet of her diary. The judge only relied on certain parts, not all of it. So she says she read this and she never claimed, not once. And you saw how the Amber Heard stands were coping in that comment section to say that I was making fun of this because she made this claim, and you think it's funny that someone could threaten that. I'm like, no, Amber doesn't even believe this. She did not make she did not say this in the UK, and I'm wondering why. Why would you make a claim like this in the UK, but in the US case, when that came around, for some reason, you just suffer from amnesia. You can't remember.
I mean, there's a lot of that.
Huh?
There's a lot of that, because I remember she's changed the story of how Johnny's finger got cut about 5 or 6 times, and the original story was, I think, he cut it off himself, and then he smashed a phone and it was accidentally cut off. Then he, she didn't see it happen, and I think the judge in the UK came up with his own version, which is why I say nothing he wrote was valid, because you're not supposed to do that. That Johnny, there was glass all over the floor, he must have touched some glass on the floor. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that in the UK that she mentioned, it's not consistent with what she said in the US.
I'm glad that you actually said that, because in the US case, yes, she did actually claim, and we're gonna go into this part. This part always kills me every single time. The minute you said it, I was like, yep, bing, right there. She said in like all the way back, and this is going back to 2016. It's like everyone forgot this article doesn't exist. Well, most people, I'm gonna say most people forgot this article doesn't exist. Let me try and proportionate, like make it proportional for you. But this article, like, this is not the first time that Amber Heard has made these claims, by the way, in regards to, oh, flipping that. Come on, man. Do me a favor, please. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to wing it. Oh, gosh. Okay. Right. I'm going to have to wing it now. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm just trying to proportion it so that make it proportionate so that you guys can see it on there. But let me try and fix it for you. Gosh, it's not technical difficulty. It's just technicals, but tentacles. But oh gosh. Okay, so, oh gosh. Okay, so hopefully that should be okay. Okay, so this was the photo. This was the reporting, and let's go to the date of this. This is on the 15th of August. So it says Amber Heard. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this for you guys because I don't think you can see anything from here. Okay. Everything must be in a box. Not really. I just have this OCD on this thing. Oh gosh. Okay. Gosh, again. Bear with me, guys. I'm so sorry about this. Maybe I should. Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay, no, that's not right. That's too much. Okay, I think that's clear enough now. Oh, sometimes it does this. I apologize. Okay. Right. I need a producer. I'm not gonna lie. I need a showrunner, a producer or something. Oh gosh. Right. So okay, this is the best one I can do. I will handle my OCD later on because it's just not in the box. Do you get like that sometimes? Because I'm very particular like this. I'm very particular about this. Oh Lord. Okay, so right. So this is so this is the account that was being made back in 2016 in regards to the injuries and how Johnny Depp obtained these injuries. And they had this, and this is the part that always pissed me off because what we are going to talk about, and I hope you guys got the message that I was trying to send in the documentary, because the one thing I was trying to do is not to tell anyone. I handicap myself. Listen. Now, let me just this for a second. I handicapped myself for the whole documentary. I deliberately tied my hands behind my back because I didn't want to tell anyone what to believe. I didn't want to tell anyone what to do. I tried my best to make sure that everyone that was watching this, they were only informed. They were not told how to think, etc. That was not my job. So I was trying to send subliminals as much as possible. And I hope people picked up on this message because I use this every episode in this doc had this picture in there. Every single one, from part 1 to part 3, part 2, A, B, C. This picture is in here, especially in part 2C. I brought this picture back again and again because we talked about Australia. This is the Australia account, and she basically said in this account, it says here, and it basically says here, we are told, it says, again, we are told who by, it says, Amber claims. If you need more proof that this comes from Amber Heard, and was her leaking as well, because we know that Johnny was leaking. We're not trying to say that he wasn't leaking. But to say that he was the one that leaked May 27th, and to say that he was the one that leaked this picture amongst others as well, and Amber did no leaking, come on. Come on, we're not stupid. You can at least admit to this. Anyway, but the point I want to make is, it says Johnny Depp, TMZ has obtained, here it is. It's that TMZ has obtained gruesome info of Johnny Depp with your fingers, etc. We were told in the blah blah etc. that they were in the. We were told the incident went down in March of last year, just a month after Johnny and Amber were married. They were in a villa in Australia, etc. According to Amber's version of events. Who gave you this information? How did you get Amber's version of events? I know for a fact Amber was not asked this in the deposition. Not one bit. They didn't even get to Australia. They told, how did you get Amber's version of events? That's not important. Let's read on. I mean, that is important, but let's just read on. It says, Amber's version of, according to Amber's version of events, Johnny was drunk and high on ecstasy. Didn't she claim something else as well? Wasn't it cocaine as well? Yeah, cocaine as well.
I don't know. She said he took like 12 ecstasy pills or something.
12 bags. This is the thing. She doesn't specify the ecstasy tablets here. It wasn't specified because, do you want to know why I know? Because she has always claimed smashed several bottles. She has always spoken like that. So I know it definitely came from that's an Amber Heard quote. That's an Amber Heard quote. If there was any, if you need, that's an Amber Heard quote. Reading through the transcripts, all those things. And then this part here is key. It says, and windows, and smashed several bottles, smashed and windows, and also a plastic phone against the wall unit. She claims a piece of them. Start again. She claims a piece of one of the items cut off a portion of the middle finger on his right hand. There's a problem here. Because two phones doesn't exist now. It's just one phone, by the way. Not two phones. If this was an actual I'm sorry. I'm going to be a stickler for details here. If I know that there was two phones in the house, and I know this for a fact, right? You can't say Amber didn't know. She was there. She saw it. She said that in the UK case. She actually said, I was there, I saw it. But I know for a fact you would say he was smashing one of the phones. That would be that would be a thing. But I would give her the benefit of the doubt. There is no quotes on this. You know, it's just a summation of what I'll give her that much benefit, right? But can you please tell me how she's literally claimed here that she was slamming the phone against the wall? This is 2016, guys. She claims that one of the pieces chopped off and cut the finger. They knew that they were settling because because the interview was on the deposition. Let's go to it. Let me just quickly go to it because I like to prove all things. I like to show everything. And I want your opinion on this. I'm not gonna play the whole. Oh, flipping heck! Wait, can you actually hear that YouTube video, by the way? Oh, you still couldn't hear? Oh, okay. Can you hear it?
No.
You can't hear it? Oh, you still can't hear it? I don't know what's wrong with that. Anyway.
Now I can hear it.
You can hear it now? Yes! So it was the browser. All right. So as you can see here, this is the... Take our face. All right. You see the date stamp? That's August 13th. There is no way. And for those that have been watching part 3 and 4, etc., or on Incredibly Average channel, there is no mention of any Australia incident. There is no other place that I don't see any benefit. If you believe Johnny literally leaked this, please let me know why you think, what is the benefit of leaking this?
I think she leaked it to get ahead of what he was going to say because, you know, there's certain injuries that he's unable to hide. He can't hide that. You know, like clearly he lost a chunk of his finger. She needs a reason why.
That's incredible. I did not actually consider that. Incredible. I did not actually consider that. I was thinking, that's actually, wow, okay. All right. I did not consider that. That's actually a very good point. That's a very, 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 very good point. I did not consider that. And, but why would she think, yeah, because she did know, yeah, that would be the sum of her fears, because she did know that even though despite her wanting to settle, and you know, despite the settlements coming, because it was literally the next day that they settled officially, like, you know, the story was out literally on the 16th. So if it was on the 15th that they've done the paperwork, drafted, etc., and it was sent all and it was settled, I don't think. I do agree with you, by the way. I'm not negating what you said. I think what you said is actually very, 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 very true about getting ahead. But I think, in retrospect or in hindsight, in hindsight, I do think that she wanted to leave this lasting impression, so that people, like, because there's no way he can come out now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I mean? Like, it goes back to who said it in the chat. Whoever said it in the chat, I want to go back to it. Let me try and find it. Someone said something about control, about wanting as much control as possible. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's the one here. Wrong one. Yeah, he says that was Rachel Engelhardt. She said she emits this power and control and self-centeredness. Yeah, that's fact, because that's literally what I think that was about. I literally think that she only put out there so that she can actually have that control over the narrative, because clearly Johnny's not going to respond to this. He's not. Outside the audios, which he doesn't have. That's key, because only she has the Australia audio. So he's not going to leak something that is not in his possession. And based on, they keep saying, oh, Johnny Depp altered audios and this and that. The funny thing is, the audios was given by the Sun. So the audios that was presented for the judge to deliberate on, that Depp had, it was through discovery with the Sun.
Well, I mean, and the other thing is they can't alter it for the jury. Like, you can alter it for the internet, but the jury gets the full thing.
It's not even alter, because that, I hate that. I hate their semantical game. Semantical, is that a word? If it's not a word, please don't. Please. Oh, it's actually a word. Okay, cool. I feel comfortable. I don't want to play their semantical game, because we know what editing is. I mean, come on, man. How many times have we gone onto the internet and have a picture and we're like, okay, let me crop out the top of this? That's editing. Technically, that's editing. That's altering. Like, are we really gonna split hairs here and be like, oh, because this audio was trimmed from here to here, that's now malicious? Like, like, that is the reason why I'm going through that, is because that is one of the most deceiving thing about this whole, the narrative and the PR campaign that they went on, because I actually brought I mentioned that in the last stream that I done, that the next part of this is hindsight stream. The next phase of the PR campaign is to start sending out audios contextless and without anything. What do you think is gonna come next with the whole Amber Heard PR campaign? They're
just continuing what they're doing. you know, like trying to make it seem like it's misogyny, trying to make it seem like, all this stuff was rigged, that, stuff was left out, that, you know, just stuff like that. And now they're starting to use it, saying any man who ever sues his ex is like pulling a Johnny Depp, like, it's all his fault and stuff like that.
You surely they can't be like. Do you actually think that they're gonna keep that up for like this long? Like surely, like people are going to stop listening after a while.
I mean, I think it's just because the media, what happened during the trial, the media got um so upset because they realized they no longer had control of the narrative. That like social media was controlling the narrative, and like people weren't listening to like news outlets. So once the trial stopped and people were no longer like watching it live and happen in front of them, they could now, bend things back to like how they wanted it to be. Like, yeah, he did this, but look, he was smirking here, so he's not actually like, a victim. And I think that's just kind of what they want to do. So they're going to keep doing that as long as they can. Um, and they're also going to like rig algorithms in their favor and stuff like that. 'Cause that's what I've noticed, like all these tweets going viral saying he's ugly or whatever, like something stupid. It's like, why weren't you saying this during the trial? Why wasn't that going viral then? Why is it going viral now?
I don't have my tinfoil hat on today. I actually have a tinfoil hat. It's just in my bedroom. I'm not gonna get it. But I'm gonna have to put it on. So imagine me with a tinfoil hat, right? Do you think Elon Musk is behind it, and that's why he bought Twitter? That's why he bought Twitter.
Well, I don't think that's why he bought Twitter. I think that, I think there's something weird going on. Because if you go on Instagram and you watch any sort of viral video on Johnny Depp on Instagram, all the comments are positive. It's just Twitter.
Yeah.
And TikTok, 'cause I guess they go to TikTok after they're on Twitter.
I agree. So, they love to put. I have never seen this before, but they have stepped up their game. If I'm being honest with you, so this the pubic guy. Damn, I should stop calling him names, to be honest, because he said that he wants to have people on his show, and I would actually take up the opportunity to like go on there and like debate him on this case. If I'm being honest with you, I actually would. So I mean, I'll try and play nice for today. Oh gosh, yeah. 1 second. Let me just open this. Let me just share this one here. Okay.
See, this is another thing I've noticed.
What?
Like, you see how it says, like, Johnny Depp was, what does that say? Talking about this person. They will dig up dirt on every single person Johnny mentions or is seen with.
Oh, this one. Oh, okay, cool. I'll give a bit of context. This one is in regards to the text message that was sent, and they're trying to say basically that he sent that in response to the shooting of Suge Knight. For those that don't know, Suge Knight used to manage Tupac Shakur before he died. And basically, they're basically trying to say that Depp was basically making a joke out of that. And I just find it, at this point, I just find it completely absurd that people will actually spend their valuable time actually doing this. Like, it's not even like true accounts. It's true. When I say true accounts, I mean like actual verified theories. It's just what they brought up and clippings and all of those things, and they're trying to say, see, Depp was making jokes of tonight, making fun of black people, and like, that this and that. And if anyone that is black does respond like I have, they don't acknowledge them or pay attention to them, because for some reason, obviously now it becomes a point to make that black people cannot actually speak on these matters, because we are obviously suffering from internalized racism. So they know better than us, and they know better to educate us on what internal racism is, so that I cannot, so that I can understand why Depp here is being racist in his text message here that was sent at 11:01 a.m. The shooting happened at 1:30. The story did not even hit until 5:45. So first and foremost, this is the same LA Times magazine that basically reported that Jason Momoa had testified in the trial. They reported that Jason Momoa had testified in. This is the same LA Times magazine. I'm not to say that this part is wrong, by the way. Like, that shooting did happen. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm just saying. I just took the opportunity to throw shade there. But the point I want to make by pointing that out is, if he was making a joke, let's say he was making a joke, right? Let's just play devil's advocate for a second here. And I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going with this one, right? Let's say he was making a joke, right? This was sent to Dr. Kipper. Yeah, his name is there, Dr. David Kipper, right here, right? It was sent to him. And if this was sent to him, etc., right? And it was sent at 11 o'clock. For Dr. Kipper to get the joke, right? Forgot to tell you, had a hopeful, very positive, and free of ego squawk with Amber last night. That went very, very well. Ego squawk being the operative word. And I get it. If you hear the audios, I can definitely hear squawking of some sort. Ego, you can debate it, but you cannot tell me that this is not somebody that's squawking. Moving on. And then I shot a few Negroes in a club on Sunset Boulevard. So far, so good. Now, I read that, and I'm like, because they played this in trial, right? They show you this image in trial. First and foremost, I was like, why am I reading this evidence? Why are you trying to tell me? Like, but they're now saying that he was talking about shooting actual black people in the club. And they brought up this story of Suge Knight, Chris Brown, etc. Shot at Chris Brown, 2 hours shot at Suge Knight, and 2 others shot at Chris Brown party on the Sunset Strip. Right? And I'm first and foremost, I just want to say this, right? If this was literally about, shooting Negroes, etc., surely you will need the paper to be printed before the text message was sent, so that Dr. Kipper could be in on the joke. Because if there's, correct me if I'm wrong, Izzy, isn't that how jokes work? Referential jokes? I'm not a comedian. I'm not, like, Johnny Depp more than I do. Like, in terms of, following him, etc. His sense of humor and this and that. Does he just make jokes that doesn't exist? Does he just reference things that doesn't exist?
He'll make jokes like referencing very specific things that people might not understand. Like, I think a couple of years ago, he said, like, when was the last time an actor shot a president? Because he was, like, joking about Trump. And people didn't know what he was talking about, but, like, the person who shot Abraham Lincoln was an actor. So he was referencing that. But, like, people don't understand, like,
it's
they
only
just
the
think he's just
proper
saying.
artist guys that will get it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's history. That's history, right? It's happened, well known, publicized, because it's just, obviously, if you don't read up on that history, you're not gonna pick it up when, like, but it's there for everyone to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is history yet to happen. They put this and the guy was so confident. This is what killed me about all of this. The guy was so confident when he put this up. I'll go up to what he said. So Johnny Depp was talking about Suge Knight. It's great. Hindsight is great. It's a great thing to have, when you're looking at something that happened 8, 10, 15 years ago, right? And then you look back and be like, oh wow, I'm noticing this connection, I'm noticing that connection, noticing that. That's a great thing to have. But if you are missing the context, you're gonna sound like an idiot. Like an idiot that you are. I mean, sorry. Damn. I'm trying to be nice. Look, I'll come on your show. I'm not gonna disrespect you on the show. By the way, I just want to put it out there that there's been so many theories on this. There's Sunset Boulevard, because that's where the Sunset Strip is. Am I right by saying that Sunset Strip is Sunset Boulevard? Yeah? Right.
I think so.
What's Johnny Depp's nightclub called again?
The Viper Room.
Viper Room. Right. Let's type in Viper Room. Viper Room, right? In Los Angeles, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna type it in there. Right. He said right there, because here he says, and then I shot a few Negroes in a club at Sunset Boulevard, right? Okay, let's go to this. Oh! Johnny Depp's own club, West Sunset Boulevard, where he shot. Did he? I mean, he says I'll just be honest. I'm playing devil's advocate right now, but I'm just be honest. The first part, I was like, okay, it's kind of it's a bit of a stretch, but he did say he was joking. So I was like, okay, cool. If you were joking, the event had to happen. It had to be publicized. It had to be in New York Times, all those things, right? So that people get the reference. He brought up LA Times. So I looked up, I looked up more articles where this Suge Knight thing happened. And it was just at the LA Times that it was reported in. And to me, like, it's just, before I go any further, let me just go to the chat quickly. Rachel Engelhardt, thank you again. She says red carpet photo was what gave me doctor. He says it was a red carpet photo. I was shocked how taller she was than him. Yeah, because she remember she tried to, and it's funny that she brought this up as well. Thank you for this comment, because in the audio, remember she said that I am this tall and you're like this big, etc. Right? So you can. And as she was making that, she actually realized how ridiculous that sound, because they're both around the same height. She actually realized how ridiculous that sound, and then she changed, like, babe, you're stronger, you're bigger, etc. Right? And people have different reasons for when they stop believing I'm a her, because that was what the response was. So yes, if you have other experiences, do share in the chat. Rosalind Duke, why didn't anyone ask the owner of the property about what phones were there? Oh gosh, I should have read this chat so much earlier. I don't know what this is referencing. Let me know in the chat so that I know. But we have, oh gosh, I don't want this stream to run for too long, so I'm gonna stop it in like 2:45, 2 hours 45. I didn't realize that we went for this long. But again, I am planning because I am putting together I'm looking into cases like this as well. Cases like, I'm looking into the Anthony Rapp case with Kevin Spacey, while I'm looking into the whole Drake debacle. So I would love to have you back on, because for that, because of the work that you've done to bring out the facts. I didn't even know that, first and foremost, because there was a lot of reports in regards to the girl making allegations against Drake, but I didn't know that it was actually investigated and they found nothing. It was basically unfounded. And the judge actually told her, correct me if I'm wrong here, the judge actually told her that it's just not plausible for you to just say that right now. Like, like we investigated, this didn't happen. Like you're just saying, I didn't know that. So I'm looking forward to having you back on so that you can run through, because apparently you were, how long have you been following that case for?
How long have I like been looking into it?
Yeah.
Since the documentary came out.
Oh. Oh, okay. Because I heard.
So everybody thinks, yeah, because everybody thinks I'm like so biased and stuff, and I'm like, I haven't thought about this guy in like 10 years.
Yeah, like first and foremost, no one actually knew. I don't even know why I asked that, because no one actually knew it was Drake that was actually going through the whole legal battles. No one knew, but I do remember. I think it was 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong with that one. 2018, 2019. I heard some bubblings about his downfall from Hollywood. Am I right with the time frame there? Yeah. I heard.
I think it was like 20. The case with the girl was in 2021, but he had like his ex-girlfriends like coming out with like insane claims, like stuff similar to Amber Heard, where you're like, there would be like medical intervention for this sort of thing.
Oh,
but there was none.
Yeah, and again, I like to say this because a lot of people, they like. I'm sorry. I know two things can be true at the same time. I'm not gonna act like they can't. But you actually, again, you actually got to investigate the truth of those two things being true at the same time. You can't have two half truths being true at the same time. It doesn't work like that. And I do think I've seen people, and I personally think if this was anyone else, like a woman that was being molested by, they wouldn't even bring up anything. That, let's say that the woman in turn molested somebody else that was also underage, they wouldn't bring. I doubt it very much. I doubt they will bring that up.
No.
And I'm not sure. Like there is so much more that I'm going to be bringing out in regards to the bias that we see in society. Is going into phase 2 of my channel, where I am curating content to just look at the reasons why doubt exists when it comes to these allegations. So I would love for you guys to stick around. Like I said, hit that like button if you haven't already. If you want to be notified for a lot of the work that I do on the channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And of course, if you want to help me out financially, I would be greatly appreciated. Consider becoming a member of the channel, or sending a super chat, etc. whenever we are live. So right, YouTube things over. Before we shut this down, because I'm gonna be candid here, I do know why people are so tired of hearing this case, and I do know why people are so tired of seeing people talk about this case, and probably even look at people that still talk about this case as low lives, etc. Or anything that you can mention, dick riders, D-word riders, whatever. Right? I can see that, because technically speaking, everything has been litigated. So why? Not why. Sorry. What I want to ask is, and I'm trying to be careful how I ask this, is it something, do you think, and I want to get your opinion on this, obviously you're speaking for yourself, not anyone else, is this something that we should just, whenever they talk about whatever they want to talk about, is this something that we should just be like, actually no, because if we know, let's not engage with them, because if we engage with them, they're just going to keep talking about it, they're just going to keep relitigating all this stuff, bringing all this stuff out? Or is it something that if we see what's inconsistent about this, we talk about it? How do you feel people should approach this case now that it's finished?
Well, I mean, what I've kind of been doing is, if I'm seeing them posting like claims that Amber made, I kind of equate them to almost like moon truthers or like flat earthers, and that nothing you say to them is going to make them change their mind, and they think they have all this evidence, but what they're saying has been proven false. So I don't debate them on that sort of thing. But if I see them posting something that's like legitimately harmful, like for example, the Leave Hurt Alone account likes to sometimes just randomly post like Kurt Cobain was abusive and like stuff like that that's legitimately harmful, I'll reply to that and be like, you know, he's not going to be able to defend himself. All you're doing is making it more difficult for men to feel like they can say something. And it's like the same thing with like them posting about Drake Bell now. It's like, he might see that, he might not see it. If he does see it, you're going to get him triggered, which is not what you should be wanting to do right now. If he doesn't see that, other people in his position are going to see that. So that's what I respond to. I think like trying to debate people on like the specifics of this case that's been resolved, it's like it's going to get nowhere. But if they're posting things that are actually harmful,
yeah, and I do think any form of lying, to be honest, again, don't follow me here because even I get mad sometimes. I do sympathize with people that have this same desire that I have, because when I see something that's false, I don't care. Sometimes I wake up and I really do have to talk myself off the ledge. Sometimes I'll be like, no, just don't engage. But I do have the urge. So I know I'm not the only one that has it. Other people have it. Like, I'm not gonna speak for them, but I am literally. You don't know the amount of times that I've set up something. You should see my draft. I'll just say that. You should see my draft. The amount of times I've typed it all up, ready to send, and I'm like, X, save us draft.
yeah.
I'll move on.
I mean, with me, it's like the amount of stuff people just make up about me that I would like to just reply to and be like, this is stupid, and like go on this long rant of like everything that's actually true. It's like I could do that, but they're not going to listen anyway.
Yeah, and like I showed, there was a lot more that we could. There is so many. There is. I can't think of anything that they have said right now. To be honest, like that they have said all through this whole thing that needs busting, really, because a lot of the things they are saying, they are myths. They are literally myths. I don't know. Does it need busting? I mean, you sometimes you just read and you're like, yeah, that's far fetched. That can't happen. I don't know why I went on that Chris Brown tangent, because I'm like, it's so obvious. Like, I'm sorry. Like, how are you saying this is a joke? He was joking about shooting black guys, and you're like, okay, where's the article that came out was after the joke? The article that reported to the world, because I'm not sure that Dr. Kipper goes out like that, goes out like that and like entertain himself in the club to even be known that Biggie was there. But sorry, not Biggie. Suge Knight was getting shot up, but like I have no idea. But it's just I can't believe it's over. I can't believe it's over, man. I can't believe it's over. Like, when I say it's over, I mean for me, like, finishing off this doc, etc. It's over. Yeah, guys, I am going to be covering anything Depp Heard related, though. I'm not done with this because I still have some fire in me. I'm just done talking about the evidence because I done what I need to do. Like Thanos, I can now sit in my I don't have a garden, but just imagine I have a cornfield, right? And there's a scarecrow. Just imagine that, right? And I'm sitting there looking into the sunset, like, smiling. Remember that Endgame scene? Yeah. Like, imagine me. That's me right now, right? Just imagine it. That's how I'm feeling right now because I'm done talking about the evidence of this case. I'm done. It's out there. Done what I need to do, but they are bringing out new things. Like that hopefully I would love to have you back on so that we can discuss whatever new spin that they decide to do in the media, for example. Go through it if it's serious, to be honest, because sometimes I just read some of these things and I'm like, it's teeth. You went through journalism school to talk about his teeth. I understand editors giving you stories to write about, but his teeth, you can't just say, dude, I'm not writing this, give it to someone else. His teeth. I'm not doing a stream to cover that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I am doing a stream to cover like some of the more egregious claims that they've made out there. Tug Simp says she will save her bikini and crabs in. Whoa, Tug Simp. Oh gosh, I should have read that first before actually clicking on it. I love you, Tug Simp, for real, because I love people that are, open. No, what's the word? Outspoken. That's one. Let me just read this last chat. That's all I have here. Rosalind Jew says, why didn't anyone? Oh, about the phones, they did. That's the thing. This is why Ben King was actually important. So Rosalind Jew said, why didn't anyone ask the property owner in Australia about the phones? They actually did, but that's why Ben King was important, because he was the one that was the house manager, and they needed to basically prove that he was not working for Johnny. He was working for Disney. So they actually proved that. They actually put out. So he has no reason to cover for this guy. Okay, maybe. Okay, let's just you know how I do. Devil's advocate, right? I need to buy a devil's cape to actually put it on when I do this, to be honest. Devil's advocate, right? Let's say Disney knows he is abusive, right? Let's say allegedly abusive. He knows. And then Disney was like, oh my gosh, we see what you're doing, Johnny Depp, but we love you as our favorite pirate and we don't want to lose our money. So Ben King, go in there and hide the evidence because Johnny is important. Let's say that's the case. Who is going to believe that? Who's going to believe that? No, but seriously, who's gonna does that sound even possible? Have you seen a studio cover of I'm not talking about a studio covering, I'm not talking about Weinstein, because I've never seen a studio cover for someone. Me personally, I haven't, until Weinstein came out. I know people were covering for him, but in terms of an actual studio, be like, actually, we know you've been abusing Amber Heard, but still. And Amber Heard couldn't subpoena him they subpoena. You see what I'm trying to say? I'm I don't know. I'm trying to be so fair. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, fine, let's take on your theories. This just sounds so implausible that this person actually said that people didn't come forward because look what happened to me. How did you feel when she said that?
The thing is, nothing happened to her.
You're hurting her feelings here.
But what did people do? They made TikTok trends for a couple weeks, and she wasn't fired. She wasn't, she's received no punishment.
Oh Lord.
So what is she saying? Look what happened to me. Nothing happened. She got cyberbullied, I guess.
It's I can't. I actually can't. Yeah, and the cyberbullying is now the point of contention. It's been a long journey, but it's all worth it for all the work you've done. Thank you. So Dove, thank you so much for your comment. It has been worth it. It has been worth it. If you have not seen the documentaries that I've done, please go and check them out. It's on there is a playlist there for you to go and check out. It's called the Depp v. Heard Labyrinth. I'll be doing another series, not this year, because I'm tired. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. But I'll be doing. I will be doing another series. Do watch out for that. But I can't wait to bring out a lot more content. There is a case right now going into trial about that I do want to bring out content on. Is about a child that claims he was molested at the age of 4, assaulted by the age of 4, something like that. And the mother went and told everyone because it was a babysitter. Went and told everyone about it, and she's being sued not for defamation but for infliction of emotional distress. And I'm like, that's interesting. You're not suing for defamation to get the truth. Rather you want to do emotional distress. Okay. So I'm following that case, and I'm gonna be bringing that out. Yeah, I appreciate every single one of you that's been here. I'm reading through all the chats here. Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, I know what you meant, Tug Simp. Like it says, I know what you meant, Tug Simp. Like that's the point. I'm supposed to like keep this stream PG friendly because some people have children that are watching. Who knows? I never knew that women could be so evil. Neither did I. I grew up thinking that I mean, I'm sure to be honest, I hate this because I hate what it's become, because it's now become something to do with like most women are this, most men are this and that. No, most men are actually nice people. Most women are nice people. They're actually nice. It's just this, for some reason, the fringe minority is being amplified as if it's everybody. I'm like, I mean, people like do I look like an abuser? Like, do I? I don't know. Like, but I could be because I'm a man. Like, and no one is gonna look at Izze as if she's an abuser or unless she decides to stick off with men. Then it's different. She's now an abusing enabler. Yeah. Go on.
I'm a harasser. I'm a stalker. I was stalking and harassing a poor boy dying of cancer. Yeah. It's just weird. But I'll be doing a lot more work. I just can't wait to show. I'm gonna try and keep to the discipline of 1 to 2 videos a week, starting with 1, of course. And yeah, hopefully you guys like what I put out. I want to thank Kat again for gifting memberships to Nom de Plume, Megan J, Princess Consuela, who was actually in a chat. Thank you so much, Princess, for showing up and being here. And William Mullock and Rosalind Duke. And thank you again for all you 5 for being here. And, and make sure that you give Kat the thank you. I know you did Nom de Plume, but it really does mean a lot that Kat has been so generous. And I know you also did as well as, Rosalind. It's so generous to gift memberships out like that. And I appreciate you. And yeah, gosh, we got like 10 minutes left. We got, well, not 10 minutes, 5 minutes left. Izze, you're just doing writing as a hobby. Do you have any, like, you finished school, right? You finished university, right? What did you major in, by the way? Let me. I should have asked you this question at the start, by the way. Should have asked you this question. I did 2 years of ballet school. Then I quit ballet because that was toxic. It was just, well, I also got injured, but it was just a mess. But then I went to London and I did 2 years at a drama school.
Oh.
In London.
Oh. I see. That's it. Wait. So why didn't you just go into musical theater?
Well, I mean, I've done a couple like film jobs, but like I can't do musical theater. I can't sing.
Well, I mean, the dancing. Okay, I'm thinking of the dancing part too much, but yeah, I know what you mean. You do kind of need that. You do kind of need that. Yeah. Okay, but what about acting? How come you didn't go into that?
I mean, I did a little bit.
Oh, Okay. Oh gosh, it's a tough world. Oh, it's a tough world we live in here. Um, but yeah. I am just so I'm just so happy. I'm just happy that you joined me today because I've like I said, I've been dying to have you to give your opinion in the supporter section of the doc, and everyone that took part in that part. I really appreciate everyone. Like, Charles took part, Princess Consuela took part. Like I like the way that this doc grew. It's insane. It's insane. It was never supposed to be 3 parts. It was literally supposed to be like a little project, like fan project to talk about the unsealed documents and what was going on around that time. It's supposed to be like 3 months max, and now it's become something that I'm talking about. Like, survivors reached out. I was shocked when that happened, but you got to, like, I'm really happy that you spoke to me. You at least gave a lot of context behind what was happening, because I know that I asked you before that incident happened, and then you just went dark after that incident. Remember, this was like the guy that died. That incident. It happened after I asked you.
Yeah.
And you just went dark. So I'm glad that you're okay now. And yeah, like if you can, of course, I was gonna say, make sure you follow Izze, who is on Twitter, and make sure that you. She does write articles. I want her to write more, because I do actually, especially the work that she done on the Drake Bell stuff, just bring it all together. You strike me as someone that if you see something that's inaccurate, you spend 10 hours on it, digging down everything. Like, the last person I heard have that was Ronco with the whole Boozy thing. He stayed up for 5 hours chasing down a transcript. Like, did you say for 6 hours chasing down a transcript to actually bring up to see what Boozy was saying was fact. Which, it was really detailed, and I can't wait to go into that stream with you, so that we can talk about, not stream, sorry, to go into the Drake Bell case with you, so that we can talk about it. But for now, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Let me just read the final chats, because people have written down. It says, Rachel Engelhardt says, women are human and just as capable of abuse, manipulation, and lying horrifically, destroying lives by just speaking a word. And this is a scary reality that everyone needs to be open. I agree, and I do think that people are starting to. No, I'm not gonna say it. Are people really starting to wake up to this fact? I think it's just a fact. I think people will go back into. Nothing will happen after 5 years. What do you think? Do you think that people are
Yeah, I don't think people are really waking.
No.
No.
So I
think people started to, and then it kind of went backwards.
At what point do you think that happened?
Well, once people, because I think the internet just kind of forgets things very quickly. So everybody started to wake up to that when the trial was going on, and then after a couple months, they just kind of forgot about it. You see all the headlines,
Do you think that's why the articles were written, to get people to forget about it? Not forget about Johnny Depp, because that's not possible, but to get people to actually forget about women being abusive. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Madeline Tanner says, Amber is a scammer. All she has was changing stories, no evidence. There's evidence Amber abused Johnny and others. It just showed how people to ruin someone's life should go to jail. Not just that, I'm glad she actually put it like that, the evidence of Amber abused Johnny, because I keep saying every single time, if Amber Heard had Johnny Depp's evidence and Johnny Depp was on tape admitting he did this, Even if Johnny Depp looked like he was in a literal fight club, even if his nose was bloody and he had pictures of this, I don't think anyone would believe him. I actually don't think so. I actually think people will be like, yeah, but he's on audio saying, I punched you. Yes, I did punch you. And then Amber says, yeah, and I had to get out of there. Do you think anybody will be debating? Even if he had, people probably say he did it to himself. I'm actually being serious. I don't think anyone, but that's me going off into another, what's the word? I forgot the word I'm looking for. Not tangent, but I don't know. Rabbit hole. Tinfoil hat, that's the one. Anyway, moving on. Rafael Lopez says, hey, Rafael, I'm glad you commented today because you're usually a lurker. You always come out at the end. You're usually a lurker. Rafael says, Amber Heard fans will dump on or attack anyone who doesn't agree with them, especially victims. Yes, they do. I agree with you. I've been told I'm not a victim by that same guy that we were talking about. You said there's no way you're a victim because you support Depp, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe you said this. But anyway, General T, thank you so much for tuning in. I think it's the first time I've seen you here. Welcome to the channel, and I hope to have you on other stream. Eve was the original Eve woman. I think Eve put together a case. If I'm being honest with you, I know that sounds so far-fetched, but I really think that Amber thought she would win this case so much, and she was like, hey, Eve, just prepare it. It will be out by 12 o'clock. And she didn't see it going as far as it did now. Oh, Lord. But yeah, I'm going to close out there. Thank you, every single one of you, for commenting and for sharing. I appreciate every single one of you that did tune in for this stream. Like I said, if there is anything that Amber Heard that's talking about Amber Heard that seems serious, or on that level, I'm not talking about, again, articles to do with Johnny's teeth. I'm not gonna be covering anything of the sort. But if there is anything to do with manipulation of evidence or anything like that, like for example the tortoise documentary, yeah, I'll cover that. And we will keep up to date in regards to all things Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Now that the investigation is done, I really appreciate, once again, I thank you so much for tuning in onto the finale of this live stream series for Depp v Heard. There's so much more. You can go and check that out on the replay. Again, they're all in the Depp v Heard Labyrinth playlist. There's so much there. We've done a live stream with Les and Jax of Movies and Monsters. Les and Jax has been so instrumental in the coverage of this case. You can go and find that out there. But yeah, I can't believe I'm calling curtains on this. I can't believe it. I didn't even share the process and everything. Gosh. But I shall be releasing an I forgot. I did forget to say I shall be releasing an extended cut for members. And this is going to be at the end of the month. It's just all of the things, not this month, end of May. So it's just all of the things that I have taken out of the main cut. I'll just be releasing that for members. I got to get my foot on the content for this month out first and foremost before looking back into that. That would be a really simple job to do. But bringing all the cuts that has been removed from it and giving that to you members from part 3 and part 1, so that you guys can get more of the commentary. There'll be some more members only live stream coming as well. So again, thank you so much again for your support. I hope that you guys enjoy the stream, and yeah, every single one of you that were here, have a great day or evening wherever you're at. Thank you. And Izzy, any final words for the lovely, happy people? Anything that you want to anything you want to say?
just thanks for watching and supporting me in whatever I say.
Nah, I love Izzy, man. You're so adorable. You're so adorable. Please don't ever grow up. I can't imagine you as a grandma. Can you imagine Izzy as a grandma? Never. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, you got that baby face for life. You're stuck with it now. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, everyone, and have a great